Tim, if you want to retweet what I just sent, you can do. Welcome, people. You are locked into another episode of the Lookout Show presents Chew the Fat.
That's
Happy
right.
Friday. You're here with myself, Daps, my co-host.
Soups, we saying?
In the same building. And this week, you know, I've been looking forward to this week because this week is exactly what the Man Cave is all about. It's three people chilling in the same location, catching a vibe and just chewing the fat. The man that produced the intro to this, Machine Man Tim. What are you saying?
Blessings. Same.
One of them as well. Give me one of them.
Come on.
Also, usher at my wedding, may I add.
Come on.
And you're on the wall as well, bruv.
Yeah. Well, once. Is it once?
Middle. Nah, you're in it over there as well on your stack.
Yeah.
Multiple appearances.
Toronto.
Come on.
You're on it a few times still, bruv. Up there as well. Yeah, you're all over the shop. Nearly on it as much as me, but welcome back to the cave. Obviously, you've been here before.
Respect.
But this is a hard one because we're going to get down to it and talk wherever the conversation takes us. But with me, it's a bit like I don't know where to take the conversation because I don't know where I should take it. Where I can't take it. It's like
that's the thing. We know the limits. We know the boundaries. We're like, do we push them?
Well, there's a mad controversy. Yeah.
Now, you know what it is on here. Yeah, is a lot of the people that we've had on so far. The conversation's gone in some mad directions.
Yeah, that you didn't expect. Yeah.
Yeah, and then next minute, because there's a little bit of liquor involved, everyone's opening up and whatever, and it's like, wow. Like, so I'm thinking, do I want to go there with my, like, certified brethren, or...
Do you know, the good thing is, at this point, people will know that obviously we know you very well, we know each other very well, but give the people who might not know you so well, give them a little description about yourself and, you know, why you're an interesting person.
So my name is Machine Man Tim. I'm born in Jamaica, moved to the UK when I was like 3-4 years old.
Wow.
Moved from straight to Jamaica to Milton Keynes, which is like the most random move ever.
Why Milton Keynes, actually? Do you know why Milton Keynes?
My parents were shook of London, man. They were shook of London. They was not on it. They were just like, my mum's sister, my auntie lived in London, or still lives in London, and they were like, nah. Like, they're from country in Jamaica, so they just wanted a country vibe. They wanted to emulate the vibe here. Yeah. So they had an auntie who randomly lived in Milton Keynes, and they were like, okay, cool, well, it's not a London thing, so Milton Keynes it is.
Not too far away as well.
I don't think they wanted to be near London.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah. I don't know what they even heard, like, so I don't think, like, but...
Do you know the maddest thing? So I remember moving to, obviously I was born in North London, and then when we were 3, moved to Manchester, just for a minute when my mum and dad broke up, and then literally 6 to 9 months initially. Then we moved back to Barnet and lived with my nan for like 6 months while we found somewhere. And I think we moved when I was like 4, so I vaguely remember. And when I was like, where are we moving to? I was sold that Cranfield way your people live, have you ever seen the airplane that's on the airfield when you drive there?
No, I've seen them flying.
Right, but back in the day, there used to be this Wham airplane on the airfield. And my parents, when they took me to see the house, were like, I was like obsessed with this plane. They're like, you can go and play on it. So I'm like, sold
the dream,
But so we moved, and I've never actually asked them why they chose Keynes. Like, that would have been like telling people my age now, like 86 or something like that. I remember being up Milton Keynes one time where there was a bomb scare, like the city centre having to get out of there. But it's mad how it's growing in it.
Crazy.
Especially recent times. But now it's just an overflow from London. More than back then, I think. So
it's so quick to get there.
Yeah. So from Jamaica, but which I'm going to bring it back to that later. But I think the first thing we need to do when we're telling, because the whole thing of this Chew the Fat thing is for people to get to know different personalities. So with you, I think there's like your Machine Man Tim now, but previously you were F-Tizzle or FT, or might be known as Imp Batch. What else?
Or Crazy Tim.
Crazy Tim. Crazy.
The
You know what?
I'm literally known. Literally Gets is the only person who calls me that in the world.
You know what? Yeah. When I was sat here one night and I thought, I've got to watch this interview because obviously we're all big Ghetto fans, right? The biggest Ghetto fans probably. And I thought I need to watch this. And then when I heard him say, I was speaking, and I didn't know you knew, what's his name?
Amaru.
Yeah. I didn't know you knew him like that. Yeah. Like you must know him like that because So when he said, I was speaking to my boy the other day, and and he was, and I was thinking, who's he going to say? And it's mad because in my head, I thought of you, but obviously, straight away I thought of you.
Subconscious thing.
And then when he said it, I was like, oh my God. But the bit that stood out to me, I think I messaged you this, was when he said that you messaged him back and said, he smashed it. Ghetto did this little grin, like he was but now
I was like, that's gonna come across as shade.
Well,
like,
first, if they hadn't dropped the second bit, it was looking bare shady, right? But then the second bit was like, okay, cool. But that was definitely Titch would have put him onto you, innit?
Yeah. Oh no, 100%.
So for people that don't know, FT, and we all mock him for this, but it's a big deal. How old were you when that came out as well?
I think 16, but from that quiz the other day, it might have been a bit wrong.
Oh, no. Listen, I got it right. Yeah. I got that right because the thing is,
when it was released.
And when they mean released, they mean label release.
And there was actually a time period between, because back in the day, the difference between a song
if you actually think when you made the this is a thing that when that came out was one thing. And do you know how, I'm not going to say how I knew exactly on camera, but I knew from certain things that happened in my life when that video came out. That's how I worked out the exact date.
Do you remember Plastic Man at the time? He was Plastician now.
Yeah.
Remember he signed it originally. He had test presses out, and then I just went off with Titch.
He's terrorism. It was a terrorism.
Yeah, but listen, do you know how many times I've apologized to him? Because and I understand, man. Trust me, he's held it against me for life.
He's a good guy, though, isn't he?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So that's why I feel bad. You know the ones like he's held it against me for life.
So you're just triggering questions I've already got in my head for you, right? But when you talk about apologising for things back in the day, I'm doing it all the time. Hold tight, Tiago's son James, right? Yeah, I had to apologise to him the other day for that Stantonbury issue.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
When I was on the phone,
I'm glad we're at the point where we have the opportunity to and I'm happy to say there's not like too many people. I feel like
I don't know.
They need a mad apology.
Haven't aggrieved too many people, but the people
yeah.
So it's not hard to go.
We haven't actually said it, but so Machine Man Timmy, F-Tizzle, produced Sing Along for Titch.
Crazy Titch.
If
you don't know who that is, look him up. Do you know how many people don't know?
He's barring right now. And right now he's but then also, if we quickly try and go through your catalogue, a lot of Trillery Bank stuff. The more what do you call
most of the dancehall?
Most of the dancehall, UK dancehall stuff you're making. That's you. The Nines outro off of
1 Foot Out.
1 Foot Out.
Yeah.
The J Kaz thing that pops off.
Yeah.
Ghetto Coyote remix off of the Kano Beats and Bars. That one always needs to be remembered because I often see people rating that mixtape very highly.
I know. I've got that on my wall in my studio.
And that was cold. Yeah. And the other thing is how many times we all went on One Extra.
We were crazy. Like, bare times.
It was crazy. We did.
Like you seen the footage on YouTube, like
I find it. I found one.
It looked like corridors. It's like so mad. Like to think what that has become from those rooms. Like that studio was this studio was so levels on that.
But I feel like. Yeah, but I remember that setup I had. We were honestly trying to release an album from a 6x6 box room in Campbell.
Yeah,
Heights,
it's true.
But that we made some bangers there. That Usher,
See,
that
tells you.
Nice
and slow. What?
Yes, that thing.
Did they even come out?
Nah, do you know what? Every now and again, hold tight.
Oh no!
Hold tight,
Jemima.
That was lost files.
Hold tight, Jemima. We lost it.
Someone got jacked, didn't it?
Bruv.
That's a mental. You know, that's crazy.
Man
Our lives might have changed.
Man run up in the yard for food and ended up getting a laptop with bangers.
So nuts. Yo, our lives could have changed, man.
No,
what? I forgot about that. Who was on that? The Nice and Slow. That's crazy.
Scatter.
That's nuts.
No.
And there's 0 copies of that.
Yeah. Scat was on it.
No, but I'm saying, but who got copies of that?
I tell you, it's Nice and Slow. Is that you sure?
There was a few different things. So hold on.
You mean the Genuine one?
The Genuine thing was done. That had Scatter on, and then Nice and Slow had. But I tell you who's got it. And the other day, he always sends me little snippets because remember we put out a preview.
Yeah.
Jemias always hits me up. Yeah. With these little imp batch previews.
Yeah. That's like Raj. Raj always hits me up with random ones.
Whole time Jemima's cultural beats
people,
in that. Yeah. Damn, memories. But sets, obviously. But when we talk about, so what we were saying about apologising and things, that that you had to apologise to plastician.
Yeah.
But if we're being 100, back in the day when you were only 16, 17 them times, you were a little rogue, bruv.
Listen, I was gassed. I was so gassed.
You had. I'll always remember. I'm going to put it 100. Yeah, because I don't care to say it on camera. Right? Can I talk about the Tiny Temper incident?
Yeah, of course.
Right. So Tiny Temper.
I'm going there.
So that was around the time when you were making that style of music.
Yeah.
And then Tiny Temper made Wifey, right?
Yeah.
And what was that rhythm before he got on it? Because it was.
Was it Flukes?
Yeah, it was blowing before, right? And then
was it blowing before?
Yeah. Not blowing, but
it was.
Then he started doing that, right? And obviously, because of the type of music you were making, the link up was kind of being established.
Yeah.
And then one night, right, he got booked in Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Came, did his set, and I think we were out and whatever, and we had, you know, I'm not going to say no names, but you know the chick man them that like they rolled with us because they're our brethren from school and whatever, right? And obviously Tiny, I think, liked the look of one or two of them.
Yeah.
So when we left the rave, I think you told him, after parties. But listen, for the next 2 hours, you had him running from spot to spot to spot in Milton Keynes. Man was just jamming in the yard, bunning, but you had him going from Stantonbury to Conabre to Fuller's Slade, everywhere. And I was like, bruv, you're sabotaging the link.
Yeah, that was a bit mad.
But you were rogue when.
Yeah.
But so my question was, do you regret any of that now?
Like, do you know what? Like, obviously, as a mature person, I do think like I'm not into doing things unnecessarily. But to be fair, it's still banner. It's not light. It's not. Come on, it's light, isn't it? It's not like. It's not. Come on, no one got moved to. There's no.
No. But more, do you think it? I'm not meaning from. Like a life perspective, away from music. I'm meaning like, well, away from music, I don't care. But musically, do you kind of think, you know what, I probably shouldn't have done that?
I think I know as cliche as it is, I think everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And I don't think like
you don't think you'd be you.
I know if I'm like that, just means that like as much as I rated him and he was doing his thing, whatever, like. If that was my idol, like, I know I didn't have Titch waiting for 2 hours.
Okay,
you know you know what I mean? Like, well, that's true.
Couldn't.
That's true. So yeah, it's definitely not that deep because at the same time I had a good relationship with him, like via like MSN and all of that, and it's been love ever since as well. Like you know what I mean? Like not that.
Yeah. Like, you know he's gone quiet though.
He has.
No, I don't even think he's been quiet. He's just smashing in all different areas.
He's doing other.
To be honest,
fashion god.
Yeah, true. I knew that from I heard Israel Adesanya.
Adesanya.
Sorry, there we go.
Yeah.
Well, I've already started with the pronunciation thing, but from I heard him one time on one UFC pod, and they were asking him who he looks up though about his fashion. He's like, do you know what? I don't know if you lot would know him or not, but I look up to Tiny Temper, a UK rapper, and I was like,
crazy.
Right, but even with him, like the PRS he has made off of WWE.
Oh, he's just been clear.
Written in the stars, yep. Definitely.
He's been clear for time.
Premier League.
Yep.
FIFA.
Yep.
Like let's repeat them. Premier League, WWE, EA Sports, FIFA.
Not small companies, are they? Yeah.
He probably never needs to work again.
Yeah.
This is my listen. He's been laughing, and at the end of the day, like everyone, like artists have their, you know what I mean, their shelf life, etc. So I think
he's probably done it cleverer than Dizzy, because Dizzy's just now looking kind of washed.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what else he's got going on outside of music.
Yeah, true.
But Tiny is. I know Tiny has got so many things going on outside of music.
So he was managing or owning the label that.
So he's still got the label Young Bane.
But who was he had a bit we bought the watch for in that.
It's Disturbing London, isn't it?
Disturbing London's label.
Who else is on there?
Got loads of big Pounds.
Nah, there was someone big at one point.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Wizkid.
I'll find out.
Wizkid's on there.
Wizkid was.
Is Wizkid on Disturbing London?
Wizkid was on Disturbing London.
Wow, well, not as big as him, but there was someone. Suits, look it up, please, because this is going to kill me. There's some comments as well. Make sure, people, if you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe. Tell a friend. That's going to kill me now. Anyway.
Someone asked him, do you know Kamali Beats?
Who?
Kamali Beats.
I recognise that name.
Kamani.
Kamani, you know what? He's got new music, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's killing it.
It's fire.
Yeah, he's doing this. I'm really happy for him.
See that the other day. What, are you still connected with him?
Yeah. Very much so.
So, obviously, your grind days was...
Timmy.
What's that?
Timmy. That's like our inside joke that we've got running, like our man then. Like,
where did that come from, Timmy?
South Park, I guess.
Nah, not the way we say it. Like, definitely not. Nah.
Mario.
Timmy.
Mario. That's Mario. Right.
Something happened. I think. Probably Jamaica. To be fair, most is from Jamaica. But talk about Jamaica.
No, wait. Before you jump into Jamaica, we've kind of talked about like regret or not having regret and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But what would Machine Man Tim, if you could go back and talk to F Tizzle or FT, what would you tell him? What would you do differently, or would you do it all the same?
No. I would 100%. If I could go back, I would learn music theory straight up.
Right. Is this because I was going to say when we're talking about if you change it, I was interested to see it would be because of what you'd learned from the industry, because obviously the industry is, I mean, as youngsters out of London, I think we learned so much, and you've continued while we've maybe drifted away a bit. You've continued, but so you're meaning learning instruments and
straight up just the instruments. And I think obviously like now as a parent, like I'm like time is of the essence. So it's just like to be able to get out that exact idea in your mind like accurately every single time. Yeah, that is a skill that you can't take for granted. So I think that's one thing that, and I just think it just helps. Yeah. It's just like if you want to be a musician, you need to really like study it properly. So I think like I'm in that zone, and I like
Dave style.
Yeah, exactly, man. That like I just think like and I just think like a true like musician can create all different styles of music and do those type of things. So like, I guess in the pursuit of that, it's made me feel. Have you ever
looked into like? Are you trying?
Oh yeah. So I said like before the pandemic, before having a child, I was doing like piano lessons, etc. So like I gained a certain level of knowledge then, and I was like, rah, I wish I did this when I was young.
Well, grade piano, yeah? You're up there like grade.
No. So I haven't done no grading or anything like that. But I'm saying like what I learned and picked up straight away. I was like, I wish I did this beforehand.
There's one thing that always sticks out to me. Can you remember that Roll Deep video? Yeah, and I swear they were abroad somewhere, and Target jumped on the piano.
I can't know.
I don't remember.
And literally, I swear it was Target.
Yeah.
Jumped on the piano, and everyone, like the rest of them, were around like rah.
Yeah.
But for me, the piano is the one. My brother bought my daughter like a very good keyboard. It's set up at my mum's when she was like 2.
Yeah.
And she hits it, but I've noticed it. So I know your son, is going to be so musical, because I've noticed it with my daughter.
Yeah.
When she's in the other room by herself, she's like making up songs, and she's like, I can tell you now, she's going down the Emily Sandé like ballad route, like that's very emotional and like over the top, like rah, like there's one where she's talking about I can't wait to be free and have my freedom.
She knows how to express herself. She's very, when she talks, she's good at expressing herself.
It is like
on songs,
and when they're young, they haven't got too much rhythm when they're like 2 and that. But now I'm looking at it thinking, okay, you're catching the beat in that. Like, but so with your son, I know
he's moving mad. I promise you, he's moving mad, and it's responding to. And the thing is, like, honestly, I feel like an idiot because I'm just like, obviously, I'm like, this is my first son, so I don't know if this is normal, but I know it's not normal. It's not normal because he's like, he goes to my like in my mum's house. There's a guitar, there's a bongo drum, there's a saxophone. There's just like my dad just collected like bare, and he didn't play any instruments at all, but he collected bare instruments. So they're in the yard, and he just goes and goes up to the guitar, and he's plucking the strings, and he's playing the drums. So then he's doing he's in my studio, he's in the piano, he's on the machine. I promise he's on time. Everything is crazy.
It's definitely in like our bloodline because all right, so my dad wasn't a DJ but my dad's record collection is mad. I've got it in my mum's loft, right? Because he was so into music, although he wasn't doing music, but then obviously my stepdad was in a band. And it definitely passes on to you because if your parents are into music, you just listen to music.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, and you will have music all the time. Your son's looking up to you, whatever. I know, and you're obsessed with it. Like I think I'm obsessed with it. You are bloody obsessed with it. So. Did you have a question or?
I was just gonna do some backfill on what we were talking about earlier with Disturbing London about the artist. Out of it.
Tell you which one I mean.
Oh, you remembered?
Nah. Oh, when you say it.
Okay, so.
But this is the current roster, or
this is current roster. This is current roster.
On there,
so it won't be on there. So at the moment, our current roster for Disturbing London is Tiny Temper, obviously, management label, Young Bane, Pounds, like you said to me, Killer Kuds.
Oh yeah,
but he wasn't in here.
S1.
No.
Yeah.
DJ Charlesy.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Wavy the Creator.
No, it's not. It's not there.
So who are you?
You know what?
You want to look at past roster?
No, I'm gonna find it real quick. But let's get back to Jamaica. What I really wanted to ask you was, how much do you think? Like, so obviously being from Jamaica, I know that you've like, well, firstly, your mum and dad were born and bred in Jamaica.
So my mum was actually born in the UK.
Oh, okay.
But
for what? Yeah,
because our parents.
She's a Muggle.
Yeah, her parents was her. Her parents were over. Mum was a nurse during the war, and so then like my granddad tagged along, kind of thing.
But then moved back.
Moved back when my mum was young.
So you're a half blood.
Yeah, so that's and that's why UK citizenship was kind of.
Oh, okay.
But then so you've always been very connected, but then also obviously your missus is extremely connected over there, like so, and obviously from your wedding, like I know.
Yeah.
Whatever. How much do you think that's influenced your music, though?
To be honest, I don't think it did. Like early grime days, really. I don't think it did.
You know what? The mad thing is, you say you don't think it did, but if you go back and listen to your bass lines and stuff, you might find it did a little bit more.
Do you know what it is though? Like I wasn't even because like where my parents are, they're like proper Christians. So like. They weren't listening to like dance.
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that.
Reggae.
I'm not hearing that. You know why I'm not hearing that? Because I remember your brother, who's younger than you, when he was 13 years old. Yeah. He was a sound man. He was on it. He was on it. You were hearing that in your yard, like 100%.
What I'm saying, it wasn't because he started going. He started going to Jamaica, and then he's around like cousins, uncles, all that. That's when. Like he would be picking out more, but I was more like obviously I found grime. Yeah. Obviously, I like my first music I actually really listened to was like Eminem, like Slim Shady, Marshall Mathers. Which one came first?
So Slim Shady LP first.
Slim Shady LP was like that. So it was just like that was my first, and then obviously my parents weren't on that. As soon as they found the tapes, they would like
they don't like it because
mashing up the tape.
Eminem was super creative.
Yeah,
he was very descriptive, very. His subject matter was a bit crazy.
Yeah, but apart from that, I was hearing garage and like that's my real. And obviously, you're hearing yard yard flavors within the garage. So and obviously I gravitated towards them dons.
But even if I go back to your that hey.
The sample,
but what was I dropping them in grime tunes?
Nah, but all right, maybe not grime, but the stage after grime. The stage after grime was Dipset time.
Yeah,
but then after that, bruv. So all right, fair enough. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I don't think I came till later.
However, here we go.
He's got the artist.
The person I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
he's been really, really quiet. He got proper big, right, and then he's gone quiet. And 1 or 2 tunes recently.
I'm intrigued.
And if you need a taxi in London, and it's a work thing, you definitely call one of these.
Addison Lee. Oh, Notes.
Yeah.
Notes.
No. He's published by Disturbing.
Okay. That was when he bought Notes watch, didn't he?
Yeah. Okay.
That was
Notes. Yes.
Notes. That's who I Yeah. Notes. But where's it?
Notes is doing his thing. I think he said
he's dropping his album this year.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised from 1 or 2 of the collabs I've seen that he's doing his thing abroad.
I know
he's. I think. I'm sure
there are more. So you know about that? So, certain artists in that are finding these little lanes abroad.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure that's exactly what he's doing. I know he's done some recent internationally collabs, but I think he's just been like kind of quiet and working on this album because he's never dropped an album. So at the end of the day,
so one of the reasons, and this was a question I wanted to ask you as well. One of the reasons that I think things like this, where maybe Notes has been a little bit quiet, is do you think it's because of COVID that a lot of artists and a lot of labels are just like, let's fall back for a minute? Like you see, what's his name has only just started working on his album, I believe, Jay Huss.
Yeah, I mean. I think artists, for the most part, kind of move on their own time. But most definitely, if you're a touring artist who is gonna make, I think if you love like your privacy, for example, from J House, I get the vibe he likes his privacy. He wants to make his album. The whole prison thing and everything. Yeah, like to be fair, he didn't tour. You know, he didn't tour his last album. He didn't do a video.
Yeah, but his last album came out in January last year, bruv. How was he gonna tour?
That's very true. That's very true.
Couldn't nothing. Same with gigs. Remember, gigs just literally the first 6, 7, 8 months of COVID. Gigs was ghost. Yeah, literally to the point where
but that was a conscious decision.
Yeah, of course he just decided like I'm dipping, or well, I don't know if he dipped. The same with boxing. Dylan White dipped to Portugal. Like in this, you find a place where you're most comfortable. I mean, even Prince Harry dipped.
Yeah. If you want to make like mad money off your tour, then go and chill for a few years and have some life experience.
I mean, to be fair though, J Huss didn't have a tour lined up. Gigs did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In fact, Gigs actually got a couple of dates. Gigs did 1 or 2 dates, and then it locked. I think
Stormzy's whole world tour.
Yeah, his whole world tour. He just released something with a Ghanaian done.
Yeah. Tog.
Bit mad that.
Yeah. I mean,
video qualities.
Yeah, but that's like the beauty of it, isn't it?
It's like, so it was.
He just stepped into their world because he didn't violate, and they'd be like, it needs to be filmed with a red camera.
Some of those filters were like from 20 years ago.
It's mad.
This is mad. But
maybe it was a retro. Maybe that was the that was in the, what do they call it? You know when you
the treat boat.
Maybe that was in the treat boat.
No, it wasn't. Don't get twisted.
It wasn't.
Don't get twisted. It's not as like fluidly organic as it is made to look, because obviously Stormzy's on it. So
you would have thought Stormzy's management would have been like, yeah, hold on. But maybe...
it was a conscious decision. Decision. But the song's out on Empire. It's out on like a big label, a big independent label, etc. But yeah.
Oh, do you know what? Yeah, you're right. Hold tight. Lucky Luciano, said that Notes was going through mental stuff. You know what? I remember that.
There you go.
Salute to you then.
Hold tight. Hopefully that you're doing a lot better now.
Hold tight. Anyone going through all of that, we all can relate to that.
Trust. Yeah. All you got to do. Well, not all you got to do, but make sure you talk to people.
You know
and
what?
Stuff like that, so.
Yeah, and for the football fans,
aka BM dramas.
Yeah.
BM drama.
Yeah.
Baby mum drama.
Yeah, kind of.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone going through something, I hope whatever you're going through.
They're all tied.
It's all linked.
Everything is linked. Yeah, like, it's just if you're still, you know what it is. If you're still with, then it's not BM drama and it's something else, and you'd never say that. But if you're with them,
Okay, so I don't know what are you finished on that question, Daps?
What's even? No, not even started.
Not even scratch the surface.
Because
I didn't think so.
What I really want to know is how it has impacted you, or how you feel it's impacted.
How's the pandemic?
Oh, the pandemic.
Because my perspective is early doors. You were actually making some power moves.
Yeah.
But then I think because of the pandemic, those power moves haven't come to light yet.
That's the mad thing about it is, don't get twisted. It's actually been such a blessing, because I think it just I needed to be at home and to be able to evaluate and think about how I'm going to navigate when everything's opening.
But let's step away from music for a second. Mm-hmm. The pandemic started in March, started in February, maybe started in November, the year before, maybe. Who knows? Hold tight. Whoever knows. I could have done a Trump then. Hold tight. No, not
no, don't say it.
Right, but then your son was born in April, right? Yeah. So
congratulations.
Congratulations. I was saying to Hold Tight Slacks. I was saying Slacks the other day, right? It is so mad that I have not got to meet your son or Slacks' daughter.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts.
But do you know how insane that is? If you think, when you look back to, my daughter was at your wedding.
Yeah.
All of our families are together. Even if it's just a barbecue or whatever.
I think it's not. The first time he meets you, he's gonna walk up to you. And it's the same with my family, and it's just it's so mental. It's
no. Real talk. It's so mad.
Do you think kids have got have still, obviously, because they haven't been around family members and stuff extended family members? You think they're still gonna have the level of social skills and stuff to go up to?
It's been weird, because obviously as things with kind of easing, etc. My son's been around more people than he's met his cousins finally. And at first we were both okay, this is going to be a difficult adjustment potentially, but he's just adapting quickly. So
you know what it is?
He's older now, so processing.
The thing is, so the age thing, luckily they're at an age where I don't think it'll impact or some will impact some, definitely.
Yeah.
But it has been the one thing I would say, so because of the date of my daughter's birth, 16th of December, I was off for I think about 3 weeks, because I'd already booked holiday anyway, then maternity and whatever else. When I went back to work, back to the office, I cried first day, and we had Hold Tight Big Gunner, who we've had on. He said about literally freezing at the when he came out of the train station, couldn't go to work, was just still need to go back.
Yeah.
So you have had such a blessing to be able to you've witnessed probably the first crawl.
Oh, obviously, listen, I saw
all the milestones, all
everything, everything, and it's sick, and it just continues, it doesn't stop.
Oh no, bruv, listen. The thing is, the one thing that someone said to me one time was that when you think we're through the best bit, the better bit comes. The better bit comes. The better bit comes.
Bro, I'm a lot further along the road in this a lot further along the road in this fatherly life than you two. My son's 17, and I still see stuff. I learn new stuff, or I see new things. So honestly, it just continues. But this feeling just continues.
It is such a blessing you've got that, and it's definitely been a blessing that you've probably got to have a few more lanes as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. And you know what? It's what's mad as well is because I'm a person. I literally didn't research anything to do with parenthood. And you know what?
I'd recommend that to anyone though, not to do no research.
I think it's hard. It's hard for some people, because some people are so organized and they want to know everything to do that.
Life's not like that.
I've literally walked in blindly to this, and I've just I just love it, because I don't know. I like that I did that, which is sounds nuts, but everything's just so surprising. When he was born, I was like, so what? Cooking some jerk chicken. What is he having?
This is the thing. Don't you think the maddest thing is when you're at the hospital, right, and then when they go to you, right, you can go home now.
Yeah, it's like what?
And
No,
literally, I was like,
Kelly
was like to me, "Is a car seat put in the car?" I'm like, "I'll go and do it." But I was out there like dark because it was December, like 4 PM or something, trying to put this thing in, thinking I have. Went back, yeah, it's done. I was thinking that's no way done correctly, but I do not know how to do it right.
This is it.
Then they're like, you get home and like,
what next?
What do I do?
Now?
Like,
what did you do?
I heard they need milk. Like, well, go on. When do we give them milk? And
I just ordered a Domino's, man.
But then with the food thing, yeah, like I remember when we went Milton Keynes one time, and I'd made Kiana some sandwiches in that. But we went to that rap sheet spot, the Asian. Yeah. So we went there.
In a new part.
Yeah, and I bought some sandwiches for Kiana. So I'm giving and this must have been when I reckon she was like, between 11 and 1.5 maybe. And she's like, I'm pointing at and I had like a fish curry, fish masala, right?
Spicy one.
So I'm like, she didn't eat her sandwich. She me and her together polished off. She was calm.
Yeah.
Right? But when Kelly was pregnant, everything was spicy. Like soups that were like meat, like potato and leek soup was spicy. She was just throwing chili in everything. Yeah, things that weren't supposed to be.
She's used to it.
She was until you get home and at night, like she's like,
yeah.
And Kelly was like, "What did she have for lunch?" I'm like,
masala pig.
But it's true, you don't know. You're just like you said, jerk chicken.
He's got wing it.
I don't know. It is just a wing it thing. But I think it's good to go into it blind and just learn. And everyone else has an opinion. No one else's opinions matter because you have to do what's like people don't do this, don't do that. Listen, if people are saying don't do something at 4 o'clock in the morning, when you've been awake till 4 o'clock in the morning, and you've got work in 4 hours time, and they go, no, you shouldn't do that. Listen, you do whatever, to get some.
Have you ever given your obviously this is a proper like West Indian thing. I don't know, it might be like a cultural thing. Have you ever given that when your son or
Mrs. would never
screaming? Have you ever given them the pacifier with the little
Mrs.
brandy?
I think that's gone. I think that's fully gone with the wind. I think so.
Well, they're not on that no more. You know what?
My missus wouldn't have it, but
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I'd.
But my missus is even like with the cowpole thing. Like, you only do that when it is required.
But a little bit of brandy.
People,
cowpole's getting regular.
Yeah,
for real. I had someone at work the other day where they were talking about kids. She was like, I just give them both cowpole. Like one of them's 6 or something. I think
cowpole's the same thing. That's still
but back to back to that. So we were talking about how COVID has impacted you, and obviously, I can say I'm going to say it anyway because I know it. So obviously, early doors of COVID, you worked like
with some big
quite closely with Steph London.
Yeah.
And I've heard the music and it bangs.
Yeah.
But I haven't heard the music anywhere. And I don't have a copy of the music anywhere because you won't give me no copies of no music.
Yeah.
Let it all.
Is that because she's holding back? Because she's definitely a touring artist.
Do you think her like perspective or her agenda has changed? And is that why we haven't heard it?
I mean, from speaking to her, she was on a vibe of like, I think this has made everyone who does music, artist, value doing it, because I think prior to that, she hadn't released music for a minute.
Right.
So then to think, you know what, I'm feeling like I'm ready to release music, but the world isn't open.
Of course.
I'm limited to what kind of music videos I can do, where I can travel. Because the thing is, she's an artist that was literally all over the world, all over the place. Because so she gets ants in her pants.
Yeah.
Being at home.
Releasing music isn't the be all and end all, is it? That's literally like that's the path.
Yeah.
To advertising like your project or your album or whatever.
Exactly.
They call it like doing a run. Promo run.
Yeah. And I think like obviously, so she did what's the main one in London, the main festival called again? Wireless. She did the Wireless
virtual
thing where you can, but none of it's the same, is it?
It's
like
not,
festivals can't run like that.
You know what? Like, to be honest, like I don't even think it's worth doing.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. Certain things have done well, like the football podcast thing and all of that is great, and certain other takeaways and all these little things that have done well. And obviously, as many things as possible, we've tried to. We're going to adapt the way we work, but those festival things, dead food.
I can't
Honestly,
attend a festival,
and we all know that any festivals that are in May or June this year, are holding back.
Yeah.
Hold tight.
I knew you.
You know who I'm going to say.
You were gonna
I say
say
it on every single one.
Afro.
Hold tight, Afro Nation.
Yeah.
Because we
want to go.
Or is someone going to be owed 2 years worth of peanut?
Yeah, exactly.
We want to go.
We want it definitely in Portugal. I'd love to go to that. But I mean, I'm so excited to hear that music still, bruv. And the good thing is with your music, it is pretty timeless.
Yeah.
Well, I hope so.
I still want it. Remember that beat you made for Dirty Dugs?
Oh yeah, for like that back in the day.
The like had some mad Irishy type scene on it, about banging through the walls or something.
I was mad because I was randomly playing like a Doug song the other day, and I mean I've worked with him in like the last 5 years or something.
He's
like
a bit
that.
washed
but
now.
It's just like it's mad, isn't it? Like to think like
he was up here, wasn't
he? Exactly. To think you could be that guy,
and you know the mad thing is with him, with him, it was one of them things where I always remember the first time we ever heard him was at Cabana, at one of my raves, right? And we thought it was right. So remember, we knew of Dogzilla, right?
Yeah.
The Aggie White boy.
Yeah.
Right? We knew of him.
And he's mad sound. I've always just any time I've listened to him.
So then all of a sudden on this set, I think it was a Wiley and Dizzy set, right? Red Light meets Treble Trouble.
Yes,
right?
yes, it was. Yeah.
And all of a sudden we hear this, yo, it's all bareface now. Man, we're whipping up the airwaves now. Still
the staircase now.
And so obviously because it was my rave, I had the tape packs. And next day, me, Gamma, Nasha, all the car block, we were in the car banging the tape out. And when he came on, we're hearing Hold Tight Dugs. We're like, Dogsy, must be Dogzilla, must be just presuming, like who's this guy? And then eventually Switch was like, no,
Dirty Dugs.
It's Dirty Dugs. But you know when you hear someone and you just know that presence, like to be honest, if I was actually to say it right now, and this will take us into the next tangent, we probably need to do one with you every other week to the amount of tangents we can. It's a bit like with just released Toxic and his pyro thing.
What?
Diggity.
Oh yeah.
That star quality. When there's someone and when you hear someone the first time, I know you're gonna go, I don't hear that with, but you know when you just get the star quality, like hold on, I don't know what it is, but there's something about this.
I'm not even gonna call it star quality. I just think his actual ability was like so far ahead of everyone at that point,
because he was like, so back then obviously you had God's Gift doing the kind of yardy flow down Jamacabi,
Don P.
I'll say was Rico about them times like
Rico was about because Rico was early doors doing drum and bass so it was about, but it was in Penn. He was probably in Penn them times, but the difference with Dogzilla is he was doing it a bit more lyrically.
Not
Dogzilla. Dogzilla was talking about pubs and that.
Dogzilla Pato,
Imagine that.
I need to hear that.
But there are one or two. You know the maddest thing is there's one or two sets from like there was one set with I think God's Gift and Rico and Dirty Dugs on or something like that. And I remember it was on what
Rico goes between Cockney and the
yeah. But it's like it's almost like when people do them TikTok videos now and they go when like someone is talking to their family, then all of a sudden their boys from the tub turn up. That was God's gift, but same with Rico. But same with Rico. When you follow Rico on Twitter, and he's just constantly talking about football and that, but
Man United fan, isn't he?
Yeah, proper, but proper on this like same, but we know from West Bletchley, bruv.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like if you think that how can I put this correctly and stay legitimate? If you fully don't understand white privilege yet, then you think that black people don't know about football, and you think that, but real life, everyone knows about football.
Exactly.
So moving on from that, what else do we need to talk to you about?
So obviously, whilst you think that, there is a question that was in the comments. They want to know
when's Titch out?
No, so Bazza wants to know. He wants to hear the story about the Jammer basement and dumplings at KFC.
You know, and that was the maddest thing. I'm glad, Mario, if you're watching this still,
Hold tight, Bazza.
I'm glad you're talking about dumplings at KFC and not rice and peas and ketchup at Carnival.
I don't know what he's talking about dumplings at KFC.
Yeah. No,
I don't know what he means by dumplings at KFC.
So let's talk about dumplings at KFC and leave the rice and peas and ketchup to when Mario comes in here and we can
definitely.
That's me.
Don't remember rice and peas and ketchup.
Nah, he weren't there. That was me, you, Mario. Don't worry. Let's move on.
Yeah, but I don't know what he means by dumplings. Dumplings at KFC.
But to be fair, the Jammer thing's a good thing because the Jammer thing was before me and Soups touched down in Keynes.
Yeah.
So like when we touched down, you lot had just established that link. So.
You know what, the Jammer thing is mad anyway, because like again, like that's something that I look back now and I appreciate that like fully, because like that was like that was my actual 16th birthday, like the actual day of my 16th birthday. Like, so that's like, to me, like again, that's like a destiny, because Jammer is like such an iconic character.
Especially back then.
So,
them man were doing things and in the dungeon.
Yeah, exactly. So I went to Jammer's basement on my 16th birthday.
Whole time mystery.
So if anything is going to make you want to do music or
it's
take that seriously, it's
going
to be that day.
The world.
That's so inspirational. So obviously I went there. Like everyone's signatures on the wall, like it was all mad. Like I'm pretty sure Escobar was there.
Wow, R.I.P.
Yes. Like that was just mad.
Escobar.
What a bar!
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like that was mad.
Bar, bro.
And a Jammer, proper style. He was playing like, I swear he played like Destruction and mad tunes.
Yeah.
He must have just been looking at us like, what are these like MK countrymen? I know who we came by was certainly, but still.
The maddest thing is that when you think about it, we used to do sets with Anthony Joshua, bruv.
I know, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like Mannequin now.
In Watford, yeah.
And he was as dead as he is now.
Oh, he was still tall. He was still too tall for the room. He's bending over like this.
So that room was whack, to be fair.
Yeah.
But, not Manic. It was the one in Watford.
Yeah.
The one in Watford. Manic was a sweatbox. The one in Watford was wham, bro.
I thought it was.
Nah, he was the one in Watford. He was the one in Watford. Trust me, we went to a set one or two times in Watford, bro, and that's where AJ was.
You remember? I had to eat there. Remember, I sold a beat for like $5 to some in Watford.
That was big money. Big money.
I was at eat.
But I've seen you sell other things.
Some fella cut me down. Some white guy come and linked me $5 cash.
Why are you mentioning
back in the day? Huh?
Why are you mentioning
Listen, there was no black brother was gonna come and give me $5 for anything legitimate. Them time was there. You know what I mean? So I was just, but no, that was a madness.
Yeah, you've definitely in these years made a raise off of all sorts.
Just a little bit.
You've got to try, man.
You've made a little bit of money, yeah.
Got to try, man. Get me.
But
do you know what the worst thing is? The worst thing is, obviously, we've done an hour now, yeah.
Not even scraped the surface.
We haven't even touched. We haven't even tickled the surface.
But the problem is, like, it's when we do this show with people we don't know, we're like looking
for avenues.
All I need to me is to say like one thing, and I'll go off. Like, I haven't talked about in Jamaica when this guy's literally trying to take man. Like, I'm not looking to leave the hotel.
Yeah,
straight. I'm like, I went there. Like, I'm going. It's your wedding. Like, I wanted it. When we went to get our trim. When we went to get our trim before your wedding, I was like, I want a convoy.
Protection.
I was like to his brother. I was like to his brother because his brother was there whipping and whatever, and obviously he's been there a few times. I was like, these are like taxi or whatever. I'm like, right. Take man up. Take man up straight to the door. I want booked in the chair and out. Right,
did you have Luke Cage with you though?
Well, my uncle.
Zed.
No, Luke Cage.
Oh. Yeah, remember that was my peak between me and him on his wedding day. He laughed, about something because I think my missus had dropped a glass and it smashed and a little bit of cut, and like something got said and he laughed and I switched. I was like
having it.
My wife's cut a foot, bruv. Like, and
it's
he was
not
like,
funny.
I didn't mean it like that, but I felt bare bad afterwards because he was so nice. But I was like, what are you laughing for, bruv? But Luke Cage, but I was literally convoy there. So imagine that's how I was. Real talk on anything to do with leaving the hotel.
Oh, okay. So Mario's added a little bit more sauce on the KFC dumplings thing.
Yeah. Pause. I want to finish this.
Okay.
So this guy's trying to, because he got there about a week before all of us landed.
Yeah.
And when we get there, the first night, he's like, yeah. I'll take man to go and link the guy around the corner for whatever, right? I didn't go. But when they got back, I got shown a video. And they're walking up to down this alleyway, and he's like, what are you saying? 3 men at the door with like AKs, bruv. Like, and like, you know them fridges that you have steak in at like Morrison's and that? One of them just with food in. Just food, not steaks.
Oh my gosh.
Right. A man guarding the spot with AKs. And I'm like, bruv, I'm not looking to leave this hotel. But the best and most sensational, not just the wedding, the whole build up, everything.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely. Mario, the dumplings.
Okay, so he said, man sent mystery to the KFC and told him to get dumplings.
Oh wow!
At KFC,
this is coming back to it.
I don't know. I don't know about the story, so I don't know. I think he's asking for you to elaborate.
No, but when was this though? This was
when you were 16, innit?
Okay, so that's
but
good.
this feels
like 30 years ago.
This feels like this was in Luton though. I remember this being in Luton.
I think Mazza needs to tell the story because I think he clearly knows.
You know what? That would be a
details.
mad one. Machine Man Tim and Mazza.
Oh my god!
He's gonna like
whole time Mario Black's asking.
You know what's mad? Like either I remember something vividly or I don't remember it at all.
You know, man, when we go back to kids, we've started. So obviously, since Kiana's been born, she's been Thailand, Dubai about 4 times, Jamaica, Portugal, Mallorca, Ibiza. The other, like about a couple of months ago, we were like, oh, remember, she don't remember, like now, really past about, before the age of 3, she's not remembering.
Of course you won't.
Not remembering.
I was having the conversation the other day, and about first memories, and 3 is my first memory.
Mine's 5. Well, I said earlier actually, I was talking about Milton Keynes, so mine is 3. My brother jars me, bruv. My brother tries telling me that he can remember
it went this way.
The layout of, like before I was born, the layout of a house when he was 1 year old. Shut up!
No, my mother-in-law reckons that she remembers from 18 months old.
No,
she reckons confidently. Like,
she's got
proof in that. She says she's got proof in that.
Exactly.
What's proof? She's going to download the blueprints and that. Like.
The difference is you can kind of are these memories? Are they your memories?
Or do you see pictures?
Or have you seen pictures, or have you been told?
Yeah.
This is that. Or this is how it was. This is how this. So we don't know.
Yeah.
No, I genuinely, I had a pet
memories.
A pet turtle in like an oil drum in the back of my garden. And
in your oil drum,
in an oil drum in the back of the garden. I remember
in the jack pan.
Was that in Jamaica?
Yeah, in Jamaica. Yeah.
No,
and the thing is, I actually remember, and I was 3 years old, and I actually remember, and I was just like, no, I feel like I had a turtle. And I rang my mum, and Sophie was like, what are you on about a turtle? Like, are you weird? Like, and I've just rang my mum. Like, literally last week.
He is weird.
Yeah,
weird
that's
in a
true.
Beautiful way, but he's definitely weird.
My mum was like, no, you had one, and I was like, say no more. I was like, that's mad. So like 3 years old, I remember that.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like,
a few more comments.
Okay, a few more comments. Hold tight, Lucy. Hold tight. Now we're not going to say that.
Who's that?
That was obviously what Mazza said. Lucky Luciano saying, just confirming things. So
there's certain things coming in that can't be said.
Yeah, they can't be said. But like I said earlier, we've been speaking to Timmy. We were speaking to FT, Machine Man Tim, and we've been speaking for an hour. But we've literally only scratched the surface. So we need to book in another session.
Yeah.
So we've gone through the introduction. We've gone through the nice, easy questions, the nice stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so much I wanted to get into still.
Yeah. We need
deeper.
To
go on then. Come on then.
No. Because we need to.
Come on then.
We know because this is YouTube. We're learning to make things part 2s and all that. We've got radio people. If you are watching this, make sure you lock into www.mixtape.com.
Mixcloud.
www.mixcloud.com/The Lookout Show UK at 10 o'clock, where we will kind of still be interviewing him, but more on a music thing and also playing music. So But we need to book in a part 2. There's a lot more to talk about.
Definitely.
I really do feel that we should have a session where it's
Structured.
Machine Man Tim. No, it's good because it's nice and organic. So with Machine Man Tim plus Mario Blacks.
Yeah, I was thinking
and that. Mario Blacks can fill in the gaps, or Machine Man Tim can fill in the gaps, or whatever. Because there's so many important segments that we've gone through in our lives, all of us.
Yeah, you know what? I, to be honest with you, if we got our circles popping off of there as well.
Okay.
There's been a lot going on, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, the memories are mad.
Crazy.
How did Machine Man Tim get into music? Don't worry. For the next one, we will get into that. We'll get into that.
Lucky Luciano, it is. If you follow us on Lookout, what's the Lookout Show Twitter? Lookout Show UK. It'll be on there. You can watch it on Twitter as well. So it's on Lookout Show UK Twitter to lock in at 10 o'clock. But there are so many from Manic to
F the Grime,
Bedford.
F the Grime.
F the Grime.
There's so many
F
stories.
the Grime, bro.
One extra.
F the Grime was mad, bro. I like that period right there was me as my dickhead stage, right? Fully, that is how I see. I was driving 5 man deep plus me, waved high. F the Grime, Stevenage Carnival,
Luton Carnival.
Listen, that was...
There's so many things that we've
beef with Flyla.
You know, Stevenage always makes me laugh. Stevenage always makes me laugh.
Stevenage is another one. Hold tight, Hitchin, Stevenage. There are so many memories. Like, it's mad.
There are things we've been through, so we do need to get them out.
Rascal. You were a rascal.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know what? I'm just glad I actually got that.
Sidewinder sets.
Sidewinder, yeah.
Sidewinder where people are getting their teeth knocked out.
The maddest thing at Sidewinder was, I remember where there was a technical.
Boxing Day.
It was Daba on the tape set. I'm like, Daba. I'm like, this is an internal.
That was so funny.
But you can hear it all over the tape set. It's like, no, this is that's like Timmy, but it's all over the Sidewinder tape.
Oh no! So someone's talking about no passport. Someone's.
Oh, who said that?
All sorts. Obviously, Mazza, innit?
Bruv, remember that though. I remember because I went to pick you up, bruv.
So
I went to pick, but I always wondered why you man were doing things in those ends. But when I went to pick, this guy comes like, because I was going to pick you up anyway. Then I'm like, where are you? He's like, meet me here. So I go and meet him, and he's there pulling something from behind his ear, and he's like, man, this thing is, I've still got my spliff out.
And listen, that was wild. I don't. That was just didn't even make sense.
There's a million wild things.
You're just fearless. When you're young, you don't
care. You don't care about.
We haven't even touched on, and I thought about this earlier. Wellingborough.
Oh yeah, Wellingborough. You know what's bad? You know what's bad? Like me and JP laugh about that now.
Hold tight, JP. JP got cut up.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He actually.
That was mad, bruv. I remember having to stop the car on the way home and tell certain man in the car
that was nice.
to loud talking wicked, because when Summit popped off, you man was sat in armchairs, like literally not moving, and now the car's moving back to end. You want to talk all this smack?
Crazy.
Like, that was mad. That was the maddest moment.
What we need to do is make sure. So the next time we've got Machine Man Tim on,
you say
itinerary, because there's certain things we need to go through. I think it would be very interesting.
The problem is that when you live the whole, like, to be honest, everything our last 20 years probably close to has been together.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about memories, like anything you say, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, anything you say, like even Lingua's back about, like looking to do music and whatever. Hold tight Dodge, hold tight Lock, we want to get on. All these people, hold tight Noose, Endo, Gat. Hold tight Rafa Demon, because he's still mashing a P off of music. And all these people that are still doing everything. Nina, is he still doing music?
Nina's around, Nina's
around.
There we go. This is what I'm saying, bruv. But we do need to.
And that early production, guys, I got to say that, like, Macabre Unit.
But the maddest, you know what? The last thing.
Like Niner as well. I got to shout out Niner as well, because like early doors. I remember like
love from day.
Yeah, and
you know what it is?
He on MSN telling me like he told me like attack. He's like, do the attack on this, and it will make like your kicks
listen.
Anymore.
Listen, the thing is, is also with Niner in particular. He was so on this ends and the ends coming up.
Yeah,
like, And it was funny. The Milton Keynes Bedford thing probably needs a whole episode to deep, right?
It needs a
because it was like,
it needs a documentary.
But look, and I'm not just, we could pull in cultural roots, we could pull in everything, but that relationship was so mad, because we were so close, but there was so many little internal differences, right? Politics, but then, or internal politics, even within the ends. But then there was the whole thing of, if you actually look at the two genres of music, it was like R&G, basically. It wasn't grime. It was R&G.
So different.
And then it was the darkest of dark, dubstep before dubstep was about.
But you know what? That's the beauty of it. That's the contrast of it, because at the end of the day...
But then it sounds nice. If you've got a little R&G, then all of a sudden...
We both needed that from each other, because at the end of the day, you couldn't just spit on my side.
I found a set the other day. Right, we're going to wrap this up in a minute. I found a set when I was looking for as much footage of this guy spitting as possible. I came across
one of his instrumentals yesterday.
Bad boy producer,
right?
But I came across a
macabre sounding for real.
Definitely, it was mad though, but with a little R&G.
Huh?
With a little R&G.
You were trying to cat, K9. I don't them times there. You're trying to cat the styling on the production.
No.
No, listen. His production sounded macabre.
Soup's gone serious.
His production sounded macabre. Nah, I'm telling you, in hindsight, and I'm listening back, the Suits production I've got sounded macabre.
No,
it's true. It's all that man on Reason, isn't it?
Suits was such
the Reason, man.
Because man were all screaming. You have to F with Reason. But
even I tried.
I was screaming. Fuck Fruit Loops. It's all about Reason. That was all we heard in the end.
You got to rewire it.
Do you know what rhythm I made?
But the amount of times I went to drop someone something and got told, come in and produce a beat, I'm like, I'm good, you know.
No, I made 2 beats on Reason. Country. You remember Country?
Yeah.
He was on Country.
You were, of course, you're on it. I remember.
I made the remix.
Yeah, but there you go. But that was one of the few rhythms that I made on Reason.
But listen, I came across on YouTube when I was trying to find footage, and it was like I type in everything. I found footage of you MCing with Demon on one of them dubstep things in London. Like, and I was like, but it was when I get the period. It was that period where you Rafa moved to Keynes and whatever. You were linking up, but I was like, this is mad hearing you spitting all over that dark, evil, death music. Like, it's like death metal grind.
Yeah, it's mad.
But listen, we're going to kill this one because this one's gone over, but it is what it is. That's what happens. And we're going to have you back in 2 weeks' time.
Say no more.
2 weeks, yeah?
Yeah, say no more. Blessings.
People, this is Chew the Fat. I'm Daps, that's G. That's
Chew
the man Tim.
Chew the
fat. Oh, wait, actually, real quick. How do you cook your steak?
I mean, medium rare.
Pap.
Come on.
Ty.
And if anyone says anything different, what?
Ty.
Someone's cooking them like burgers.
Stop turning your steak into burgers, bruv.
Where is he doing this at home?
He will only well done.
He's not doing it.
Well done.
Medium to well.
Have you going to go to a decent establishment?
I don't think he does that.
No, he hasn't.
But it's anyway.
Yeah, you don't do them things.
Amen. If you're buying expensive meat, you want to taste the flavour. But chew the fat. Make sure it's flavoured though. Little garlic parsley thing. Lookout show 10 till midnight. www.mixcloud.com/the Lookout Show UK.
Yeah. Later.